So, Denny Hamlin and his antitrust lawsuit. What is it? What's going on? And why is he confident of getting a good result in this case against NASCAR? Well, I'm going to dive into all of that for you guys here on the channel. There's a full article on the Motorsport Reports written by our lovely Jack Wren here. So, let's have a look at what's been said here, guys, because like I said, Hamlin is pretty confident of winning this case. But what is it all about? If you've not been keeping up to date with it, if you weren't aware of this in the first place, this is where I'm going to fill you in and show you what's going on. So, full article on here, as always. Denny Hamlin, the co-owner of 23XI Racing, alongside retired NBA legend Michael Jordan, remains optimistic about the antitrust lawsuit that has been filed against NASCAR by his team and Front Row Motorsports, despite recent developments that could potentially overturn an injunction allowing the teams to compete as a chartered entry. Speaking at Kansas at the weekend, Hamlin addressed the situation, stating, they're telling me kind of what's going on. I didn't get to hear it live or anything like that, but we're overall pretty confident in our case. The lawsuit was filed on the 2nd of October in the Western District of North Carolina, and it alleges that NASCAR coerced teams into signing charter agreements, essentially franchise deals that make it financially challenging to compete. 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports were the only two holdouts among the 15 charter holding teams that refused to sign the agreements in September. The current extension of the charters runs until 2031, coinciding with the existing media rights deal. One of the most significant advantages to these charters is that it guarantees 36 of the 40 available spots in each NASCAR race to the teams that possess them. If the injunction were to be overturned, 23XI and Front Row would be forced to compete as open teams, meaning that they would have to qualify for every Cup Series event. So remember, for example, when Helio Castroneves tried to actually qualify for remember earlier in the season how Jimmy Johnson had to qualify for the Daytona 500, a race they actually finished in 3rd place in. That's because he was a non-chartered entry. There are 36 spots that are already taken up by these chartered entries that, come what may, they will take a place on the grid. And the rest of the teams and the rest of the drivers that are trying to compete, they have to actually fight it out for 4 spots. With only 4 open spots available and 23XI fielding 4 cars at Kansas this week, driven by Bubba Wallace, Riley Hurst, Tyler Reddick and Corey Haim, and Front Row entering 3 cars as Noah Gragson, Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland, the implications could be significant. The judges haven't made any kind of ruling, Hamlin noted, so until they do, then we're going to stay the status quo. During the hearing, NASCAR attorney Chris Yates argued that the injunction granted by US District Judge Kenneth Bell in December compelled the series into an unwanted relationship with unwilling partners and harmed other teams by reducing their earnings. He also contended that the team should not benefit from the charter system they are suing to overturn. In response, Jeffrey Kessler, the attorney representing 23XI and Front Row, emphasised the lack of alternative competition options and the potential for tremendous damage to the teams if the injunction were overturned, including the possible loss of drivers and sponsors. It will cause havoc to overturn this injunction in the middle of a season, Kessler argued. With a trial date set for December, Judge Stephen Agee encouraged the parties to engage in mediation, as previously ordered by a lower court, in an attempt to resolve the dispute over the injunction. However, a resolution seems unlikely, with Yates stating, "We're not going to rewrite the charter." So it's very much at loggerheads, as we'd say here in the UK. Things are not really going to move between either of them until they go back to court in December. It sounds like they're both sticking to what they want, effectively, NASCAR and those two teams. So yeah, interesting stuff, guys. I suppose Hamlin is going to say we feel pretty confident about this. He's not going to say that we're not. He wants to keep spirits high when it comes to that. But yeah, really, really interesting stuff there at the end of the day, that they're trying to change this system. They feel like this system is unfair. But what do you guys think? Is the charter system unfair in NASCAR? Get your thoughts in the comments below. Should this lawsuit go and proceed? Do you think that they will get what they are deserved with this, or do you think this lawsuit will not be successful? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, guys, and we'll see you soon.